Hello again, everyone. Welcome to a brand new edition of Big Time Sports. My name is Joe Dunn, and here's your invitation to stay with us the next 25 minutes as we talk high school sports all over Stark County. Well, if you're a high school sports fan, you know this time of year we talk a lot about baseball tournaments and softball tournaments. There's a lot going on besides baseball and softball, and we're going to feature some of the track athletes that are going to finish up their seasons here in the next couple of weeks. All these young guys are from North Canton Hoover. Again, we thank Troy Richardson, one of our big-time sports announcers, for setting that up today. But we've got a young lady that's going to lead things off today, and Claire Jerica is a senior over at North Canton Hoover. And Claire, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
This is it. This is your last year of high school track.
It is.
How fast did it go for you?
It quickly. Like, I've been doing this in 7th grade, and it's my last few weeks right now, so it's crazy.
Well, that was my next question. When did you get your interest in track? A lot of people, of course, play softball or lacrosse, but you were a runner. Where did that interest come from?
So my mom, actually, she ran at Minerva, and so she's very into track and got me into it in middle school.
Tell us about your improvement from when you started, and when did you really kind of fall in love with track? Because that is a kind of individual sport, although it's team scores, but when did you kind of fall in love with track?
I mean, I liked it in middle school, but I really started to enjoy it when, like, I started to compete. Like, yeah. It's okay to be decent at it, but once you really start to compete, so I would say junior year when our 4x8 started to really succeed.
Now, this is your senior year.
Yes.
Is this your best year? You think you've got everything you can possibly do, or is there still some things up there that you'd like to attain before you leave Hoover?
I want to go to states, so that's the goal.
That's the goal.
Yes.
Well, tell us what's coming up. There's a lot of information out there for baseball and softball. Maybe not as much information for track and field. Tell the fans that are watching what's coming up. What are the big meets coming up that you'll be participating in?
So tomorrow we have the regional semis, or prelims for the 4x8, and then next week we'll have our 4x8 finals. And then, so there's 2 days of finals. So I'll be running most likely next Thursday and Saturday.
Okay, what events will you participate in?
The 4x8 and 4x4.
Okay. I guess the initial question is, I never participated in track. I was always a baseball guy this time of year, but how do you mentally prepare? How do you know when you're going to peak in your events? That's a tough thing. You don't want to peak too soon in the track season. You're going to be doing your best right now. How do you time that?
So a lot of it is just like, well, we've been working at this since November. So, I mean, my mileage is there, the training's there. We're just slowly backing off mileage. So, well, we used to do like 5-mile runs. We're down to like, today was 2.25. So just slowly taking it back just to be fully recovered.
Is the mental preparation for you just as tough as the physical? Because if you're not mentally prepared, if you're in a bad mood, you took a test and you didn't do well, how do you erase all that, get mentally prepared to run at your best?
I think mentally preparing is harder because, I mean, track is, I think I play volleyball too. So volleyball is not, I don't get nervous, but track is like, you have to be, it's all mental. Like if you want to win, you have to be, your head has to be in it. So mentally preparing like for next week is the biggest thing to make it to states.
Yeah, during the course of the year, we have a lot of football and basketball players come in. We tape a show each week and it's on our Big Time Sports Network. We always talk about food and hydration.
Yes.
And those guys are crazy about hydration and drinking a lot of water early in the week so they're prepared for Friday night. Tell us about a track athlete, the food you have to eat, nutrition, hydration, how that works into your game plan.
So, I mean, hydration, obviously, is probably the biggest thing. I mean, starting now, I mean, next Thursday's the goal. That's the big meet. It's probably my biggest meet I'll ever run. So, I mean, hydrating now. I eat 150 grams of protein a day. I'm preparing now for it. But
now, when you say protein and everything, I go a little different areas. What's a typical day for you? You wake up, you eat breakfast, you make sure you, what's a typical day for you as far as food and drinking water?
So water, I have a water bottle with me everywhere I go. All the time I have it with me. I eat probably 5 smaller meals a day just to get my protein goal in. I'm crazy with it, but.
Okay, wake up, eat breakfast. When are the other, obviously you got to eat after school. When are the other 3?
So I lift too. So usually I have like a small snack, like meal before I lift, after lift. Then I have dinner, I have a small lunch. It's sporadic, it's insane, but yeah.
When you look back at your career at Hoover, are there certain meets that jump out that you were really feeling good, everything came into place, and that's one you'll talk about for years to come, or is that still to come, hopefully?
Well, hopefully that's to come next week, but Jackson this year was a big meet for us, for the girls especially, because we won. Our 4x8 had a PR. I had a PR in the Open 800. It was just a good meet for us because Jackson's our rival, obviously. So
yeah, a lot of people talk about football and basketball, the great rivalry with Jackson as far as those two sports. Is there similarly a big rivalry in track? Well, you got to go over to Jackson, or Jackson's come over to Hoover. I mean, does the adrenaline flow a little bit better?
It does. It really does. I mean, Jackson has more numbers than us, which is a big deal in track. They have more depth, so it was a big deal for us to beat them this year. So.
You've been running at Hoover probably since, what, your freshman year?
Well, technically middle school, 7th grade, but in high school.
Yeah. Who were some of the young ladies maybe that when you came into the program that you looked up to and kind of led you to be a good runner for Hoover? Was there some of those young ladies?
So Allison Wims was one of them. She graduated 2-3 years ago, but I was a freshman when she was a senior, and she's just driven. She's really hardworking, and I was like, I want to be like her.
Okay.
And so definitely helped.
Final question, what's your future like after you leave Hoover? College, you want to run in college? Tell us about that quickly.
So I'm going to Kent to study fashion merchandising.
Going to Kent State main campus?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll probably play club volleyball or track. I'm not on the actual team, but so that's what it looks like for now.
Well, Claire, I appreciate you coming over. I know it's a busy time of the year for you. Best of luck this week and in all your future endeavors with track.
Thank you. Okay,
we're going to take a break. When we come back, we still have 3 young people that can't wait to get up here and talk about track and their endeavors and what they want to do this week and after they leave Hoover. So don't go away. We're coming right back after this on Big Time Sports.
Thinking about selling your car? Make it fun at Ferris Chevy Toyota. We buy all cars, any truck, any SUV, and we pay top dollar, even if you don't buy from us. It's fast, easy, and yes, car buying is fun at Ferris. Visit us on the Wabash in New Philadelphia or start online at ferrischevytoyota.com. Ferris Chevy Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
You're only as good as your people. And what we've done here is that we've created a culture where people flourish.
We don't want it to be a transaction. We want it to be something where there's a consultative approach, a relationship that allows us to really, one, ensure our customer the right way, but then two, to let them understand the value of getting to work with us.
It's an extreme amount of satisfaction for this team that we have right now. We've developed a team that is solely based on relationships.
Okay, welcome back to Big Time Sports. If you just joined us, we have tried to change subjects this week. Normally it's football, basketball, a little baseball. We do it all, but today, for the first time this year, we're going to talk about track and field, and 4 young people from North Canton Hoover are kind enough to come over and talk about their goals, their season, and what to expect this week as it comes down to the main event right now. This is it for these young people. They're going to either come out as champions or look back at what could have been, as a lot of people do this time of year. And let's welcome in Joey Smart, another senior at North Canton Hoover. And Joey, you're a specialist. You have become an outstanding pole vaulter. That's the only event you participate in. Tell us that early interest in pole vaulting and why you decided to concentrate on pole vaulting and not do anything else.
Yeah, well, getting into it, I think my oldest brother, Robbie, he played football.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him do it, and after that, I was like, I just kind of wanted to follow in his footsteps, and I ended up excelling in it. So it's just something that I've stuck with and continue to do the best I can at.
Yeah. When was the first time you put that pole in your hands and you said, I like this sport, I think it'd be pretty good at it? You remember that? Yeah,
that was probably 8th grade year. I mean, I wasn't any good, but I still had a lot of fun doing it. You know, I was only jumping like 7 feet, but after I cleared it, I'd feel like I was the man. And that's really what kind of got me to start really enjoying that feeling.
Yeah, I would guess from watching track from afar that the pole vault may be one of those glamour events, because you see that on TV and Wide World of Sports. I'm showing my age right now. It used to be on all the time. You'd see those great track meets, and the pole vault was always something they featured because it was a unique event. Is that something that kind of drew you to that, because it is kind of unique? And I'm not sure how many people come out and watch your track meets, but I would think a lot of people come over and watch that pole vault pit and how you guys are doing.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, I mean, they tell me that it looks scary and whatnot, and they ask if I've ever gotten scared, but honestly, I've never really thought about that aspect. I just kind of go out there and have fun with it. I don't really worry about any of the nerves or, you know, just I'm not really afraid of anything. So. Yeah.
Of course, we talked to Claire in our first segment about the mental part. Obviously, that's a huge part with you, because as the bar goes up, you've got to mentally prepare, and if you miss, you got how many 3 attempts to hit that. Tell us how you prepared mentally with the pole vault.
Well, it's a very technical thing, so you know, in order to do what you want to do, everything's kind of got to be on spot. But to mentally prepare, I'd say, you know, I just listen to my music. It gets me zoned in. It gets me thinking about nothing but just what I want to do, and that's do the best I can. So really, I mean, you just got to have a clear headspace, and you know, it kind of does all the magic for you.
Hey, you mentioned music. A lot of athletes I've talked to at the high school, even the college level, like the music. They psych themselves up with the music. They got the headsets on. What is the music you listen to get yourself pumped up?
I listen to a lot of music, but probably one of my favorite songs to listen to is No Hands. Okay. It really gets me, I don't know, the energy that it brings is just something that I like, and just gets me all pumped up and like I'm having a good time.
There you go. You know, you talk about the pole vault, even though that is a singular event, you got to be able to train, because you got to work your speed up to get to that and drive your pole. So do you run a lot? Tell us how you prepare. It's just not pole vault. You got to prepare your legs, I'm sure. Yeah,
no, I do a lot of upper body stuff, but at the same time, there's a big importance in lower body stuff, you know, because your run is very important. So I try to do what I can, some explosive work with my legs, keep them in good shape, and really just help me maintain my explosiveness in my legs and lower body.
The pole obviously is very important when you pole vault, and that is part of the mental part of it. I'm sure you got to trust that pole. Tell us about maybe the different lengths of those poles, how strong they are, the different poles maybe you use from meet to meet.
Yeah, so the longer pole you go on, typically the stiffer they tend to be, and that's kind of when it kind of gets a little nervous, because you got to really trust that pole, you know. Yeah. And when you're running down the runway with a 15-foot pole in your hands, you know, it's wobbling around. There's just, you gotta maintain your focus on succeeding and push past that doubt, and it's really what I do. I mean, it is a challenge, of course, and on windy days, sometimes it might get in my head a little bit, but for the most part, the stiffness of the poles too. There's weights for every poles, so you know, the heavier pole you're going to be on, stiffer it's going to be, the higher it's going to pop you up there. Yeah, there
could be a lot of parents watching this, and maybe a lot of young kids that are thinking about going into pole vaulting. How expensive are those poles? Does Hoover give you that pole? Do you buy your own pole? How does that work?
Yeah, so poles are actually pretty expensive. They're like $700 a pole.
Okay.
And I use a good amount of poles for progression, you know.
Okay.
So
now, does Hoover give you one, or you just want your own custom pole?
Yeah, well, Hoover we buy maybe 2 each year, but I go to a club, an indoor club, and from that club you can rent poles out. So what we do to save money, of course, and it's just more convenient to rent the poles out from that indoor club.
Sure.
So that's what we do.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've gone, 14.6 is your best this year? Is it your best ever?
No, it's not my best ever, but outdoor, yeah, it's my best so far. But
okay, what about your future? I'm sure that you'd like to maybe continue at the next level in college. What are your plans?
Yeah, well, I'm actually signed to go to Youngstown State for track and field.
You're going to be a Penguin?
I'm going to be a Penguin, yep.
All right. I've known a few Penguins. Jim Trussell, of course, was a former coach over there, a friend of mine. But I'll tell you what, Joey, I hope you do well. I hope you get over there and tear it up over in Youngstown, and thanks for coming over today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to come right back because we have another young lady that's going to come up here and talk about track and field, another Hoover senior. So don't go away. We're back right after this timeout.
Thinking about selling your car? Make it fun at Ferris Chevy Toyota. We buy all cars, any truck, any SUV, and we pay top dollar, even if you don't buy from us. It's fast, easy, and yes, car buying is fun at Ferris. Visit us on the Wabash in New Philadelphia or start online at ferrischevytoyota.com. Ferris Chevy Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
You've got only one body, so why not take care of it? Let iCryo Wellness and Recovery help you live a healthy lifestyle. iCryo will introduce you to recovery and wellness with their proven techniques that will surely make your body and mind a whole lot healthier. Evaluate your lifestyle with iCryo. Don't wait. Call now, 330-451-6365.
Scammers are always looking for their next target, but you don't have to be one of them. With BBB Scam Tracker, powered by the Better Business Bureau, in partnership with Amazon and Capital One, you can easily report and look up scams, and it's free to use. Learn about scams, get tips on how to avoid them, sign up for alerts, and more. Visit bbb.org/scam tracker and help put scammers out of business.
It is North Canton Hoover Day here on Big Time Sports. Troy Richardson, one of our excellent announcers here on Big Time Sports, was kind enough to line up some guests. All four of these young people do an excellent job over at Hoover. They're all seniors. They're all getting ready for their final go as far as running track and field over at Hoover's. We welcome in our next guest, Senior Riley Dempsey, who is excited about what's coming up this week and next week. Riley, welcome to the show. You told me just a few minutes ago, not only do you run track, you also are involved in cross country. So I'm assuming it never stops. You just run year round.
Yeah.
You ever take a break? Tell us about your training.
Well, so after cross country season's over, I normally take 2 weeks off. 1 week, no activity. The second week, more cross training like swimming, biking, ellipticaling, all that for the second week. And then I jump right in and start building up mileage again for my track.
Now, when you run, are you one of those people we see running around the streets all over North Canton?
I probably am.
You get on a track, or tell us how that works, dodging traffic and everything.
Well, there's crosswalk signs. You can always, you got to use your instincts though. You never, some drivers are scary out there, but.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What time of the day do you run? Early evening, early day, or does it vary?
Well, during the winter, it's normally whenever I would get home from school, since the temperature is always going to be cold. But during the summer now, I'm probably going to try and wake up earlier to get in my mileage before the sun comes up.
Okay.
And I think it's really pretty running late at night or in the morning to see the sunset or the sunrise too, so that's also cool to see.
What events do you participate in over at Hoover besides cross country? What kind of individual things do you do during this time of year? Yeah,
so I'm planning on running at the regional meet, the 4x8, the 800, the 16, and the 3200. So I have a very busy schedule.
Yeah, you got it. That's normally. Yeah, do you normally run that many in a meet, or you just concentrate on one or two, or what?
Well, since our regional meet's broken up into 3 days,
okay.
I have more time to recover and like mentally adjust. But during like a dual meet or an invitational, I'll probably do 2 events, maybe 3 if we need it for the points.
Boy, the conditioning has got to be unbelievable. If you're doing 3 events, pressure-packed events, how much time between events, and how do you forget about what you did in the previous event, get ready for the next?
I definitely get in my head still, but I kind of just been doing this for so long that I know that I need to mentally reset myself, eat what I need to eat, drink what I need to eat, stretch, and then use the bathroom, and then it's time to go again.
When did you decide you wanted to be a runner? I mean, did this happen when you were like in grade school, preschool, or when did that love of running take effect?
Yeah, so I actually played soccer my freshman year of high school. I did not run cross country. I ran cross country in middle school, and I did track in middle school too because all my friends were doing it. But I did soccer my freshman year, and I ended up doing track in my freshman year as well. And I very much like that more than soccer.
Okay.
So I decided to give cross country a try, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Okay,
of course we just had Joey on, and he has some music that psychs him up. Do you run with the headsets on for the music, or how does that happen?
In the past, yes, but that's funny you should mention it because this season I really haven't been running with music that much. I've
really?
just kind of just been thinking and using my own thoughts as motivation to get me excited.
As much as you run, obviously you got to take care of the academic side of Hoover.
Yeah.
They just don't let you run and go home without taking tests, right?
Yes.
So how do you all that time management, how do you work in all the running and take care of the studies, get ready for tests and all that?
Yeah, so it was definitely hard, but I just really had, you just really need to have a lot of good organizational skills and good time management, and obviously like you have to be able to be okay with the late nights and the reports that you have to do out of practice or before practice. You just need to find time to work your way around it, but it's definitely doable.
Now, do you run by yourself? Is there somebody you run with that pushes you maybe, or how does that work?
I've had a lot of friends in the past to run with, and I have a lot of friends right now to run with as well. So I've always been with somebody at all times, and that I'm very grateful for that. But I also do enjoy running by myself sometimes. It is fun.
We talked to Claire in our first segment about the food sheets and keeping hydrated. Is that pretty much what you do? What's your agenda like as far as what you eat, when you eat, and how much water you drink?
Yeah, so I struggle with iron deficiency from running. So Claire is a little bit more focused on protein, but I'm more focused on eating more iron nutrient foods like steak, red meat, spinach. Those are some really good examples with a lot of iron in them. So I have to be able to know that my body doesn't produce iron naturally, so I have to find supplements and other foods that can help me with that.
What about the timing when you eat and then when you participate? Or is it an hour before, 2 hours, half hour? How does that work?
So I use the dual meats as to experiment for postseason to see what works and what doesn't work. Some meats I'll eat right before my meats. Like I'll eat applesauce before, maybe some animal crackers, whereas other meats I normally don't, and maybe wait an hour or so to see to settle my stomach or whatnot. But I think I have a very good like food schedule before, so I'm able to take that into postseason with me.
Well, Riley, you are a very busy young lady over at Hoover, obviously, with cross country and running year-round. So best of luck in your career, and best of luck the next couple weeks.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we're going to take a break because we have one more young man that's going to come up here and be our cleanup hitter today. So don't go away. We're back right after this. Okay.
Thinking about selling your car? Make it fun at Ferris Chevy Toyota. We buy all cars, any truck, any SUV, and we pay top dollar, even if you don't buy from us. It's fast, easy, and yes, car buying is fun at Ferris. Visit us on the Wabash in New Philadelphia or start online at ferrischevytoyota.com. Ferris Chevy Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
With Bell Store's Bell Buddy Rewards, you save in-store and at the pump. New members receive 20 cents off per gallon as a welcome gift. Everyday savings are made easy. Instantly enjoy 3 cents off per gallon just for being a member. When you spend $25 in store, unlock an extra 5 cents off per gallon on your next fill-up. Buy 5, get 1 free. Track your drinks and earn free coffee, fountain, icy, and espresso with drink clubs. So start saving today. Download the Bell Stores app and sign up for Bell Buddy Rewards.
Beaver Constructors is a full-service general contractor delivering top-notch commercial construction management, general contracting, and design-build services across Ohio. We prioritize doing things the right way, ensuring the highest quality in every project from critical infrastructure to facility improvements. Beaver Excavating excels in heavy civil contracting for commercial, industrial, and transportation sectors. We believe in making a positive impact through community involvement and client satisfaction.
Well, it is track and field season all around Stark County, all around the state of Ohio, and we are talking to 4 seniors over at North Canton Hoover today on this edition of Big Time Sports as we welcome in our finer guests today, Josh Renner. And Josh, you got a busy week because this week you're going to be heading over to Austintown Fitch to participate, the regional?
Districts.
The district. Tell us what you'll be participating over at Fitch and how you're going to mentally prepare for that.
I'm only participating in the 4x8 this week,
But to mentally prepare, I really just like focus on my training and like remember all the work I put in, and then I just let the running do the rest. The timing on being at your very best, peaking right now to be your best over at Fitch, when does that begin? Does that you write it down, or does the coach help you prepare so you're peaking right at the same time? Yeah, so we have like higher mileage early season, and then we just start to taper down as the meets go by. So we're probably going to peak for regionals, but like we've been cutting down mileage, so this is one of our lower weeks. How many miles do you run a week or in the off season? Is that something you enjoy? Or give us a typical training week for your people that are watching right now. Well, I probably maxed out around like 55 miles a week. 55 miles a week? Yeah. Is that running the streets of North Canton Hoover? Yes. All right. All right. Tell us where that starts, in the early morning, late at night, or whenever you can get it in. Well, a lot of it in the winter is just right after school. You do easy runs like half the days, and then we get 2 workouts in. What kind of pace do you run at? You're running 55 miles a week. Is it a different pace every day? Do you speed it up, slow it down, or how does that work? Yeah, so there'll be like recovery runs that are slower, around like 7:30 pace, and then our coach will give us some workouts where we'll speed up for like certain miles and then slow down for others to get some speed work in. Now, do you run by yourself? Do you run in a group? Do you run with friends, or do you prefer to run by yourself? I enjoy running with my teammates. We have a lot of guys that put the work in the off season, which makes it more enjoyable and easier to get through. Did somebody have to talk you into going out for track, or did you always say, this is going to be my sport, this is something I want to do? Well, so in middle school, my parents actually made me run. They made you run? Yeah, they thought I might be all right at it. And then when I got to high school, I actually only did track freshman and sophomore year until my one older teammate convinced me to do cross country junior year, and I really enjoyed that. Yeah, was there some guys that you started working out with maybe when your parents talked you into running? There were some guys that kind of took you under their wing and showed you how to run, the best training methods. Do you remember who those guys were? Yeah, so as a freshman, Noah Johnson was one guy who was really good and helped me show me how good you can be through Hoover. And then a couple of the other guys that were juniors and sophomores really brought me under their wing and made it enjoyable. Yeah. When did you start enjoying it? Obviously, your parents said, you're going to run. You don't have any choice. Get out there and start running. When did you say, yeah, it's not this bad. I kind of like it? I would say probably sophomore year track season. I really enjoyed it, and I saw that I might be able to be pretty good. So then I decided to do cross country, and then have been running ever since. Yeah. We've talked to your teammates about nutrition, food, and everything. Give us your schedule as far as what you eat, how much water you drink, and how you pace yourself to make sure you get everything in your body when you start to run. Yeah, so as a runner, we burn a lot of calories. Oh, yeah. So I be eating like whenever I can. I have breakfast, lunch, dinner. I have snacks between everything. For me, I'll typically eat a few hours before and then eat a couple snacks like an hour before, just to make sure I'm fueled up for the meet. Now, your snacks, is a lot of peanut butter and jelly, or what do you guys eat? Yeah, some of that. I like pretzels, granola bars. What are they, Crunchables they call them? I don't really eat those, but I know a few people that do. Okay. What about your future? Is this it for you at Hoover? Are you going to run at college? What's your future plans? I'm actually going to John Carroll to run track and cross country. Great school. You're going to participate in track and field up there? Yep. And what are you going to study up there? I'm actually undecided right now. Still trying to figure it out. But you're definitely going to run? Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, best of luck. I know you're pumped about going over to Fitch this week, and congratulations on a great career, and best of luck over at John Carroll. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed meeting these young people, because they have done a great job running track and cross country over at North Canton Hoover. They've got a big week coming up this week, maybe a bigger week next week. So we'll be back next week. We'll be talking to various people. We're going to try and get some folks down, maybe the new basketball coach up at the University of Akron. But whatever it is, we make sure you come right back here next week as we have another edition of Big Time Sports. And have a great week, everybody.